Yo, yo, yo. It is episode 135 of the podcast.
Samuel's a socialist.
I'm not. But do you... Well, speaking of socialism, I'm not talking about... Not one. Not two. Not three. But 4 new countries are listening to the Until Next Week podcast. Yes, we got Latvia.
Ooh.
We got Uganda.
Yes.
The Republic of Lithuania.
Of course.
And...
China.
Serbia.
Oh.
We've already had China. It's all good.
Nikola Jokic, welcome in.
I know. Shout out to
He's listening to us.
He probably is. He's like, this is the best way to have my off season right. Listening to Dane and Samuel sometimes fight.
Man, dang it. I just realized that rhymes.
Yes.
It angers me greatly.
But it doesn't grind your gears because we'll get into that later. Yeah, we got a good episode in for you today. There's some Olympic stuff happening with Dane and some Savannah Bananas craziness with Samuel. So
Savannah,
there's no joke there. It's episode 135 of the pod.
I did used to date somebody named Savannah.
Did she drive you bananas? I would say that's probably yes. That's probably a yes based on that response of there being no response.
It was one of Lindsey's former teammates. Good times.
I'm just curious, high school or college?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we don't need to dig too deep. But if you want to figure it out.
It was both.
So you can probably figure it out by searching some rosters.
Went into college. Yeah.
Wow.
But then I dated one of Lindsey's other teammates when she was in college. I mean, not dated. We went on a date.
And you're not together anymore?
No, she's going out with some other guy.
That's the worst.
Every time.
Every time that she was supposed to go on a date with you, she was going on a date with someone else?
No.
Okay. Pop it. There we go. Fresh Mountain Dew, sponsored.
Oh, man. It's drippy.
Every single time. I think I'll just dig into it. I went to a Savannah Bananas game.
Oh, that's what Savannah meant.
I know. This past week with Daniel and Rebecca and also Lauren, and it was an experience, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure some of you have probably heard of the Savannah Bananas. They're basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It is an experience to go to a game. They've been going to baseball stadiums and football stadiums across the U.S. Each time they are sold out. I guess there's like a wait list of like 3 million people who want to go to games.
That's crazy.
But they have not been drawn yet. And I'm like, I got drawn the first time. I don't know why you guys are having such difficulties. This isn't too hard.
It's because it's like
I'm 1 for 1.
It's like a super thing for kids.
There was a lot of adults.
Really?
A lot of adults.
A lot of old people.
A lot of old people there. They like the dancing players, twerking umpires, etc. I can understand the hype.
Because you like the twerking umpires?
I like it all. Everything there needs to be implemented in normal baseball games.
Twerking?
I mean, there was a lot of twerking.
I don't want...
A lot of twerking happening at the Savannah Bananas.
Less twerking in my baseball game.
If you go to Savannah Bananas, you'll be starting to chant, like, twerk. No, it was good, though. We got there... I don't know, they had like a pre-game thing before you walked into the stadium where some of the players came out and danced and such, but it was very hectic, and I'm like, I need to get in line. Like, I need to get in line to get in the stadium, even though we already had our spots configured to get in, but I'm like, I don't know, they might do batting practice or something else before the game, which they did not, but they do have a lot of merchandise tents set up.
Wait.
Yes.
You think I should go to Jersey Mike's after this?
That sounds really good. They got good subs.
Where's the closest one to here?
The closest one, there's one on Battlefield.
Perfect.
I like the closest ones. You either go on Glenstone.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good for everybody. Good content.
It is.
Glenstone
I'm so hungry.
I think Sunshine is one, roughly, by the Tall Plaza Towers building.
Yes.
Or you could go to the one just not far from Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm going to that one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That would probably be better for you.
Back to our regular schedule
glad
programming.
we figured that out. So the merch is ridiculous because like the tickets aren't too expensive to get into the stadium, and the merch also is pretty reasonable. But the lines for merch went on forever.
Do they sell real bananas?
No, but I did bring a banana. I did eat it though before I walked in. And
you should have him sign your banana.
I wish that's a good idea.
Yeah. Can you sign my banana?
Yeah.
In a not weird way.
Well, you made it weird. But anyway, the lines are crazy, and I'm like, well, if I line up now to get into the stadium, in theory, they'll have merch set up in there, and I bet you I can get a shorter line, which is what I did.
Yeah.
And ended up getting a Savannah Bananas jersey. I legitimately did not know what jersey I was going to get until I walked up to like the tent because they had like 3 different versions, like all yellow, a yellow with like pinstripes and like a white one. And I'm like,
yellow pinstripes for sure.
Well, I went with the yellow plain one. And that's the one they wore that night. And I'm like, it looks pretty clean. And like the yellow, it went well with my skin.
For you, yeah. There's no way I could wear that.
No, you couldn't wear any of them.
No.
Maybe the white.
Even the white's not great on me. I'm already white enough.
Yeah, honestly, you couldn't have worn any of the merch, but it was pretty cool overall. And then we kind of got to our seats, and we still had like an hour and a half before the game started. So Lauren and I kind of started walking around. I'll get into why we were walking around later. But then we were trying to get back to our seats, which is like the 4th deck of Busch Stadium. And we got on the elevator, and all of a sudden, like one of the players is like behind us. We're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know who you are, but you're standing there. And then we went up the escalator to the next floor, and like, oh, he's still following us. And then we're like, okay, he's probably going to do something. And we went on the escalator to the 4th floor. I'm like, okay, he's still following us. We need to have like a conversation or something. And basically, he just let us know that he's been there since like the beginning, like 2018. He's been on the Savannah Bananas. And I'm like, he also is holding like a lot of bananas. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I guess they do like pregame festivities with the bananas. And I'll talk about that here shortly. But I did buy, on top of the jersey, I bought like an official Savannah Bananas baseball. I'm like, well, maybe I can get this autographed by somebody.
This guy.
But then I'm like, it has to be the right player. So as soon as we got off there, I saw he was number 1. I'm like, okay, let's look up this guy. I'm like, okay, he has legitimately been there like forever. He has like 100,000 followers on Instagram. This is the guy to get an autograph of.
Yeah. Everybody should know who he is.
Yeah. Like he is the catcher. He's one of the faces of the Savannah Bananas. So whenever they do like interviews, a lot of times he is in the mix. And I'm like, this is kind of cool. And he was a nice guy and everything else. He had wristbands that said like Jesus won or Jesus saves or something along those lines. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, he's a cool dude. So I got his autograph, and then he went on to have a competition with the other team, which is the Party Animals.
Ooh, I've heard of them.
And they were throwing bananas from the 4th deck of the stadium onto the field, to which people had big pants on, and they were catching the bananas in their pants.
I don't like that.
And I'm like, this is great for the guy throwing the banana, but I would not want to be the guy having bananas pelted at me as I try to catch the bananas in my pants.
Yeah, I would throw them. I'm not catching them.
I'm like, that could go very poorly. Like you just like think it's going to go a little short, goes a little long, and you're down.
Banana hits your banana. Who said that?
I mean, basically. But yeah, I was surprised how well they're able to aim these bananas off the 4th deck, and like it's going over the people in the lower decks.
You gotta throw it like a tomahawk
like
form.
It's pretty far. But they ended up catching at least probably 2 or 3 on the Savannah Banana side, because they'll throw from one part of the stadium and then they'll run to another part of the 4th deck and just keep on like going around the entire upper deck. And both guys were competing, so one guy would throw one, another guy would throw one, and it was wild to see. Definitely something that wouldn't be at a St. Louis Cardinals versus Cubs game. If someone threw bananas off there, they might get arrested.
Yeah, they will get arrested.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool. But yeah, got his autograph, got a picture with him. Very nice dude. Followed on Instagram. He's not followed back yet.
Unreal.
So that's a little disappointing. But then,
speaking of arrested, Michael Fuller.
Arrested?
Yeah.
Finally.
We should arrest him.
We got him.
Tired of you not being arrested, Michael.
That's where it would have been great if I put a clip in of like George W. Bush. Like, we got him.
We got him. We got him.
But yeah, got back to our seats. We were 4th deck, about exactly behind home plate, because we were at section 450, which is the section right by home plate. And we were, I think the seat was like 4 through 7, and they're give or take like 20 seats across each row. So I think we were within like 2 seats of being exactly behind home. So that was pretty cool. And you could see like everything happening on the field, which that high up, I didn't know how well it would work, but it was pretty sweet. But then they got into the game. And I kind of want to read off some of these rules with the Savannah Bananas.
They have rules?
They do. They have, I think, 9 rules. One of the rules, or I guess one of the things about Savannah Banana baseball, is the games are only 2 hours. Like they have like a countdown, and then immediately they're like, start the clock, and it shows it on the screen at all times, because once 2 hours are up, the game is over, unless there's like a tie, and we can kind of get into that. But the rules of Banana Ball. Rule 1. You win the inning, you get the point.
Okay.
So every inning is worth 1 point. The team that gets the most runs in an inning gets a point for that inning, except for the last inning where every run counts, which is kind of cool because the Savannah Bananas are the home team. So sometimes if the other team scored 0 in the top and they score 1, it's just it's like a walk-off on that inning. They go to the next inning. So it kind of moves pretty quick. I mentioned there's a 2-hour time limit. So it says you get the idea. No new inning can be started after 1 hour and 50 minutes. In the last inning of the game, every run counts. Rule 3, there's no stepping out. So if the hitter steps out of the box, it's a strike.
Wow.
Rule 4, no bunting. Bunting sucks. If the hitter bunts, they are ejected from the game. And,
ejected is crazy.
And this is all the stuff like they're saying, and it's wild. And they're like, and on the one point, they're literally like, everybody with me, no bunting, because why? Bunting sucks.
But see, like if you want to say like, oh, he's out automatically, sure, but ejected's crazy.
That's what it says. So then everybody stands in there. Yeah. Rule 5, batters can steal first. On any pitch of an at-bat, the hitter can try to steal first base. This can happen on a pass ball, wild pitch, or anytime the hitter chooses.
Okay.
Rule 6, no walks allowed.
No, what?
I was trying to remember this. If a pitcher throws ball 4, it becomes a sprint. The hitter will take off running while every defensive player on the field must touch the ball before it becomes live. The hitter can advance to as many bases as they want. The ball does not have to touch the catcher or pitcher.
Wow.
Which each time they did this during the game,
outfielders had to come in and touch it.
But they had it down to a system where they only get to like first because all the guys start sprinting towards second and they're basically just like tossing them around really quick like a hot potato. Oh. And I don't know if I ever saw one person get past first.
Yeah, they definitely figured it out.
But it is more exciting than just like walking. Rule 7, no mound visits allowed. It said, let's keep the game moving. No mound visits from the coach, catcher, or any other player at any time. Hype your pitcher up from afar if needed. And then one of the coolest rules is Rule 8. If a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out. Did you not know that?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I might have seen that. I don't know.
It's wild. So it says, like, why not let the fans get in on some of the action? Whatever you do, just don't catch a bananas foul ball, which people are doing.
Well, yeah.
And everybody, like, you kind of hold your breath because near the end, like, the Savannah Bananas were losing. And we're like, whenever there's a foul ball, like, don't catch it. We don't want to see them lose here.
Yeah.
But they probably caught 2 or 3, I think, balls during our game. And I think the weekend they were in St. Louis because they played 2 different games. I think they caught 5 total, like the fans did.
Because if you don't catch it, you're probably not going to get it.
Yeah, so it's like in the grand scheme of things, if it was coming at me, I want that ball.
You probably have to, because
you're like,
if you want to take it home, you got to catch this.
Yeah, so it is kind of fun to watch though because it keeps everybody like very in tune and watching the game at all times because you're like, I can play a role in this game. Like
I'm
it's pretty
playing
sweet
right now.
And then finally, Rule 9, there's a showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of the 2-hour time limit, the game will go into a showdown tiebreaker. In each showdown, the hitter must score. If they score, it's worth 1 point. If they get out, it's worth no points, and it's called a showdown shutdown. And it's the first round, there's a pitcher, catcher, and oh man, this went away. A pitcher, a catcher, and 1 fielder versus 1 hitter. And then if it goes to a round 2, there's a pitcher and catcher versus 1 hitter. And then if there's a round 3, there's a pitcher, a catcher, and 1 fielder versus 1 hitter with bases loaded. In this final showdown, every run counts as a point. If at any point a home run is hit over the outfield wall, it's a walk-off win and the game's over.
Even for the visiting team?
I think that's what it sounds like.
That's crazy.
But it was just crazy rules to try to pay attention. And something else which I don't think was on there is they also allowed a fan challenge. So before the game, they go around. It's like, who's going to be our guy? You can challenge any play during the game. So there's running around, and eventually they select an individual.
What do you mean challenge any play?
It's like, like in Major League Baseball, you can challenge a play like out or safe or whatever else.
So it's the same deal?
Yeah, but they give a fan the ability
to do it.
So he has like a sign that says like fan challenge. So if there's a close play, he can just run down to like the dugouts and put the sign up. And they're like, okay, it's a fan challenge. And then they go through all the angles.
They got to choose somebody close.
Yeah, it was someone pretty close down. Okay. Yeah. But they did that. Unfortunately, it was like a really close play at second base. The Savannah Bananas guy, it looked like he might have got around a tag.
Yeah.
And they called him out. Yeah. They did the challenge, and they did not overturn it.
That's a lot of pressure because everybody sitting next to me would tell me to challenge everything.
Go! This is your one time. You got to do it now.
And it'd be like the first inning, and I'd be like, no.
That would be wild.
There's 9 innings of this.
Yeah, so it was a bigger play later on in the game because at that point, the Savannah Bananas? Bananas.
We should have that for a segment whenever one of us can't say a word, you'd play that sound.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Anemone.
The Savannah Bananas were behind later in the game, so it was kind of a pivotal point. So it would have been great if it got overturned. It did not.
It did not.
But it is okay. But then, like, during the game, it was crazy. They have this not giant princess. They have a princess.
Giant princess.
They have a Princess Potassia who was hanging out.
Potassium?
Yeah, that's why.
Potassia.
Yeah, because potassium with a K, bananas, etc.
Dang it.
They also had, like I mentioned, like dancing umpires, some of which would embrace the twerking quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. You do too.
I've never filmed an actual TikTok myself, so I didn't know like there's a TikTok sound.
Yeah.
Like it's like a countdown. Oh, yeah. And every once in a while, you just hear that go off. And you're like, what's about to happen? And then they film a TikTok within the game, whether it's a dance or it's just something else crazy. At one point, one of the players was like crowd surfing. Besides those things, it's really weird being at this game because they always are playing music.
Yeah.
And they change songs like every 6 seconds. So it's like you're in watching TikTok. You just keep on hearing here's a song for 6 seconds. Oh, here's a new song. Oh, here's a new song. And they just keep going.
Like it every 6 seconds. That's crazy.
It was very few times they played more than probably 10, 15 seconds of the song.
Wow.
Like it just kept moving. And it keeps you your attention span is very weak nowadays. Yeah. So you're always locked in. You're like, oh, here's another song. Here's another song. Here's another song.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to market people's attention.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like.
Something else that was kind of cool was they had I don't know what they called him, but he was dressed as a leprechaun.
Oh.
And
that's offensive to my culture.
I know. I'm sorry about that. But they had it where if he ever strikes out during the game, I think they start throwing donuts out to different sections. So each time he came up, they would just have us chant donut. Donut. And then as soon as the first pitch was thrown, the next pitch is about to get thrown, and then just they reset the chant each time after every single pitch.
That's crazy.
But he has to be one of the best hitters because every
best
time
contact,
every time he came up, I was like, oh, here's a base hit to the outfield, base hit, base hit, base hit. Which is probably good for whoever distributes these donuts because if you get a guy who's striking out all the time, that's too many donuts to give out.
Yeah, you can't do it every time, make it to where he always gets a hit.
Yeah.
But you definitely can't strike out all the time.
So that was pretty cool to kind of get involved. They had a massive wave going on for a bit.
The wave.
Something else they do is a lot of times if they're at big stadiums, like baseball stadiums, they try to bring in former players of the team. So Busch Stadium is the St. Louis Cardinals. The night before us, they had Adam Wainwright pitch.
Yeah,
which was
I saw
dope.
that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did not come our night,
Boo.
but we did get Lance Lynn. He came out, who legitimately pitched in the major leagues last year, so he's pretty fresh.
He's ready to go.
But then later on, they brought in Jason Isringhausen, who's been out of Major League Baseball for 15 years.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I heard about that too, and I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah,
Isringhausen's pitching,
which I guess he didn't really want to do this, but his daughters just kept pressuring him, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Dad,
you have to do this. You got to be on Savannah Bananas.
I would do it too, honestly, if I was old.
But both of them, I think, kind of lucked out because Lance Lynn probably threw 2 pitches, and then the guy popped out or lined out, and then Jason Isringhausen threw 1 pitch and it was lined out. So then they're just I did it, and then they're done.
See ya.
Yeah. So that was cool as well. And then
did he throw it fast?
They didn't have the speedometer up, but they're probably throwing in them. I bet you Lance Lynn might have hit closer to 80.
Yeah.
And Isringhausen's probably in the 70s. They probably didn't want to push it too much.
I wonder how old he is, Jason.
I'd say 44, 45.
I bet he's older than that.
That's my guess.
Isringhausen. I'm gonna guess 57.
No, 45 to 52. That's the range. Come on, you got this.
I need to put age. Age. Boom. 52.
I said 45 to 50. 45 to 52 is what I said.
So, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
But yeah, just lots of craziness going on at all times. It keeps you very locked into the game. But it did come to the end where they did tie the game. Going into the last inning, time ran out. So at that point, then both teams, because once the time ran out and they were finishing up the inning, the Bananas came up, bottom of their inning. They just needed to score 1 run at this point, and they had a guy at third base. And then this is where another rule comes into play. At any time during the game, they can choose 1 golden batter, which means they can choose anybody in their lineup to hit in that scenario.
Yeah, in real life.
That's definitely what happened.
Well, that's what they pitched. They pitched the golden bat idea.
Oh, they're testing stuff out in Savannah Bananas world, which it would be so stupid in normal Major League Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
But in Savannah Bananas ball, it's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping that in this scenario, that's when they bring out like Albert Pujols or like a Matt Adams or just some crazy sluggers. Like, this is it. And they have like all the lights go dim and they come out like
comes out of nowhere.
They come out like in a giant like cape that's like covering their face, and it's like very dramatic. And he came up to bat, and then on the very first nope, no first pitch. They tried to pick off at third, went past the third baseman. The guy scored. So the guy who came in for the dramatic at bat didn't even have to swing, but it was a walk-off. The Savannah Bananas won. The Savannah Bananas, they did win on the walk-off, and it was very dope. So,
man, very dope.
That was basically what happened. Besides that, the owner, because a lot of times like the players and like the owner, the Savannah Bananas are like in the fans like area of the stadium, like in the seats.
Yeah.
And at one point, the owner, who's always wears like all yellow, like a yellow suit, yellow hat, etc.
Yeah.
He's definitely like the face of the Savannah Bananas. He came into our section and started taking like selfies. I'm like, well, I guess I'll get his selfies.
Let's get in.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So I think there were 2 pictures taken. I can't speak. Taken of me by him, and then like the next day he posted pictures of the games in St. Louis and said like this was like one of his favorite stops. A lot of players said this was their favorite stadium to play at.
Really?
Which they have like multiple St. Louis, I think, guys. One of the guys from Missouri State here in Springfield, he plays on the Party Animals, I believe.
Jake Berger?
No, maybe one day.
Yeah,
maybe one day.
No, he plays for the Marlins.
But he had like a nice posted like 18 pictures, and I was in one of those selfies. I'm like,
one of them?
Only one of them. But I was posted by the owner, thought that was pretty cool. And then we drove back around 11-ish p.m., and it's a 3+ hour drive, 3.5 hours, I believe. I drank a energy drink, and everyone in the car fell asleep.
Especially
Lauren. I was like, well, first it was Rebecca. Fell asleep very quickly.
Yeah, she is an early riser.
Yeah, and then Daniel, once he got some food about an hour and a half in, because we stopped at the gas station, then after he ate, then he fell asleep. And I'm like, oh, man, you guys are doing great. And then Lauren stayed awake almost the entire time, but then she like fell asleep like on her knee. Like she just kind of like fell over.
Oh, because she like brought her knees up to her chest or something?
She does like crisscross applesauce and just like put her head down and like fell asleep. I'm like, well, you guys have a lot of hope in me that I would just stay awake and make sure you guys all survive. But I mean, she stayed up almost the entire time, which I appreciated. It's nice having people awake. But honestly, I felt fine. Like going back, like I don't even think I really felt drowsy. Just my eyes were getting a little dry, which was annoying.
True.
But
it is really annoying.
Yeah. But we made it back safe. Savannah Bananas won, got a jersey, got a ball, got an autograph, and had a good time.
White girls always be sitting crisscross applesauce in the randomest places.
Kind of true.
They're like, am I working at the office right now? Then I'm taking my shoes off and sitting crisscross applesauce in this chair.
That is kind of weird to me. Which I see it in I've heard of it and seen it in multiple workplaces where people do that, or they like have blankets on in the office. I'm like, this is kind of strange.
That happens at my workplace.
Which I understand.
Girls will have it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I can understand you're cold, but I'm like, is there another way?
Girls walk around barefoot all the time too.
Now that's strange.
You ever seen a guy walk around barefoot? No. People
they
will start
arrested.
screaming at him.
Yeah.
They'd be like, put your shoes on, you animal. You party animal.
Party animals, you brought it back. You brought it back. But that was my biggest update from the week. I'll get into a couple other things later on, but that was by far the most interesting. And I don't think I mentioned the player that we met. His name was Bill Leroy.
Bill Leroy.
Really nice dude. Highly recommend following him on Instagram. So what about you? What happened to you this week?
I went to the Olympics.
You finally did it?
Yep. I was in the Olympics.
Which one?
It was Youth Ministry Olympics.
Okay. There's a lot of Olympics, and I just need to clarify.
So this is basically the Summer Olympics because it was 95 degrees when we decided to do this, and Dane was very unhappy, especially because the UV rays were out, and they were trying to kill the rays. And then, but we did 3 different things. We did ultimate kickball with them, where we divided them into 4 teams. And when I tell you that our particular group of kids, when we divide them into teams and we're like, hey, you group of friends, you're not going to be on the same team. every girl loses their
it.
mind.
Like this is
No, I can't do this. I can't spend 30 seconds away from my friends. This is gonna be the end of my life. Even though I go to school with them every single day of the week and I hang out with them every other day.
But
moment
it's
of the
summer.
day.
That means they don't go to school with them right now.
Yeah, they probably hang out every other day of the week.
That's valid.
And I'm like,
I can't believe you split them up though. That's really mean.
Well, I even said, I'll cut you guys a deal. You 4 friends here, I'll split you 2 and 2 on each team. No, if I can't have all of them, I don't want any of them. We all need to be on the pink team. And I said, you can't be on the pink team. Why not, Dane? I said, because there's 13 people on the pink team right now. 11 of them are girls, and you want me to add 4 more of you guys onto this team.
It sounds like that's what they want, Dane.
Yeah. When the other teams all have 11, I'm like, I should be splitting you guys up all. But I'm trying to cut you a deal. Pick 2 different colored teams, and I'll put you with one of your friends on the team. No, we're not doing it.
And that's why they left the church.
And then they were like, I'm mad at you. And I said, okay. Like, you're mad at me because I want you to make new friends and play something that I don't want you guys to get crushed epically by an all-boy high school team.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
That's what they wanted from me. But I didn't do that. I was the bad guy for this. And it just happens all the time, man. But they played Ultimate Kickball, which is all 4 teams line up at the same time, and the leaders are playing the field, and I pitch it to one of the 4 lines, and they kick it, and there's just 2 bases, home and then a base right in front of them, and they have to go down and score before getting tagged out, and we had to try and tag out all 4 people.
Yeah.
So we played that. One of the teams they played crab soccer with 4 different teams where they made a square, and we would say, like, if you're a freshman, go into the middle, and then we'd throw the ball in the middle, and they try to kick it over the heads of a team, and the team with the lowest score wins. So if you get it kicked over your head, you get +1, and you don't want that. So,
yeah.
And then we did a obstacle course, and they did a bunch of different things, and my favorite one being the diaper challenge, where we put chocolate pudding in a diaper.
That's nasty.
And made them eat it.
That's nasty. And what would have been even wilder is you had one rogue diaper where...
You know what the funny part was?
Thomas Shepard Reed sponsored it.
He always be doing that.
Yeah.
Soupy poops. Yeah.
Why did you say that?
I don't know. But the crazy part was they get over there and the person running that station explains the rules. The girls were like, yeah, let's go. They flip it over and they start going through it methodically and get it done in less than 10 seconds. The boys were like, what? And they start randomly eating it and they're like, oh, gross. Ah. And then they were very late. And I think a girls team ended up winning because of that. I ran the ring toss one where I was a human ring toss. They took hula hoops and tried to throw it over me. And
did you get hit in the head?
Yes.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
I was like, I think I could run this one and it'll be great. And they, or our team asked me to do that one. I was like, that's cool. And so when I was doing it, I was like, man, this isn't going to hurt, right? This is going to be really fun and I'm going to have fun with it. And then they started throwing it at me and it hurt a lot. And I was like, ow, ow. And so then I started rigging it to where it got done faster. And I was like, stop doing this to me. And then the best one was we had somebody put on a one of those soccer balls where it blows up around you and you can walk, but it
bubble
covers.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't play bubble soccer. We had a group of boys, one from each team, do a 3-cone drill like in the NFL, which if you don't know what it is, look it up.
Yep.
It basically is like a sprinting challenge essentially. But they end with them laying out this dude in the bubble soccer thing, just tackling him. And we chose the wrong person for it. He did not like it. But so then Olympics happens and then we voted an MVP at the very end on the winning team.
Did you win?
I was not on a team.
Did you write in you?
No.
Dang. Okay.
And I didn't vote on it either. I was cleaning up stuff, making sure the kids weren't going ballistic. But the pink team won, and then a girl.
Shout out.
One of the girls got the MVP, and we told her we're gonna get her name engraved on the trophy. And so,
are you actually going to do that?
Yeah, it's $7.
That's dope.
Yeah. So we were like, oh, for $7, this is great. And the trophy itself was less than $30.
That's $37.
I know.
Less than $37.
It was probably $35 all said and done.
That's good.
For an epic trophy and a name and a memory. And so it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Other than that, I got confronted. And
is this good?
Maybe.
Do you want to explain?
So I went to our young adults gathering Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I met this, I was sitting there setting up the music and stuff. And I met this person and she goes, yeah.
She?
Yeah, I don't know her. But
oh, okay.
And she goes, I just graduated, moved back here, and I went to a college ministry that's connected with our college ministry, the Salt Company. And then she's like, so I looked up Salt Company Springfield, saw you guys are Salt Church, so I'm here to go to you guys as young adults.
Yeah.
Cool, welcome. And then my boss preaches, and then we get done, and I'm like turning the music back on out in like the atrium area. And she comes up to me again, and I go, hey, what'd you think of it? She goes, oh, I thought it was great. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. That guy who preached is actually my boss. And she goes, oh, really? What do you do? And I said, well, I'm a youth resident, which is basically a director in training. And she goes, oh, residency, what does that mean? And I said, oh, well, it's a 2-year program where you get developed and things like that. And you basically learn how to do your job at a director level over the 2 years with direct insight from somebody who is running that currently. And I was like, it's also 100% support raise based. And then blah, 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 end it. And she goes, really? Support raise based, huh? And I go, yeah. And she goes, well, how much did you support raise? I told her, lots of dollars. And then she goes, huh, well, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah. And she goes, why doesn't the church pay you? And I go, well, our church is like probably not half, but like a little over a third, 40 to 45% college students. So like, it's not like a regular church where we're getting paid, or like not paid, but where we're getting tithe dollars from people who are working like big corporate jobs. But we have this size of church like a really big church. And so in order to have ministries that minister to all these people, we had to do different jobs that are support raise based from people within the church or outside the church, either way. And she goes, huh. And she goes, can I ask you another question? And I go, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
I was like, go ahead. And she goes, so at what point, if the church can't afford it, do they say, we're just not going to have it? And I go, well.
What?
I know.
Afford
church? Afford a ministry.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, we want to minister to all the people coming here. Like over half of our staff is support raise based. And also, like, we see examples of this in scripture of people being support raise based and receiving gifts from people so that they can do their ministry. Paul was like given these different gifts, which I get into that later. But I'm like, I don't know what we're arguing about here. And she goes, okay, well,
where do I sign up?
No, she starts walking towards the door very like cautiously, and she goes, I am gonna head out, have a good week, and yeah, and like walks out the door. And I was like,
I feel like you're never gonna see her again.
I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna see her again. And I'm also,
she's undercover.
Well,
she's from a different church. Like, how do they do it?
She's a Fed, yeah. Well, when I was like, she
works for the IRS,
basically. But she went to the Salt Church at the University of Missouri in Columbia. And I'm like, have you not asked? Like, because I'm pretty sure they do the residency there too.
That is valid.
So I'm just like, why is this like all of a sudden like a thing to you? Like, have you never heard of this? I was like, this is a pretty common thing like in church culture. Not like entirely, but
especially
it's not unheard of.
Churches that have a lot more college students, or that in the grand scheme of things aren't
less wealthy churches,
or it's just haven't been around as long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like that's how a lot of churches start out. Either the pastor will be bivocational,
and this is why
or this.
We want to point out, like, people, if you aren't tithing, do it.
Yeah, also
now I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm sorry that I offended everybody.
Do it. But then the last thing, if it couldn't get, if that wasn't bad, it got worse.
Did you get fired?
No, I lost 2 $500 fire pits. That was the churches. It was not great. So
how?
Also, young adults.
How do you lose not one fire pit, which is pretty big?
It is big.
And you lose 2 because it's not like you just caught them on fire and they burned up.
Nope. It's not what happened.
What did you do, Dane?
Well, they got stolen.
Oh, no. Did you leave them outside?
Yes.
At church?
Yes.
Dang.
So we don't have a church in what we would call, I don't know, the least ghetto neighborhood ever.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty ghetto.
So you just left them like out on the lawn?
So, no, over at the West Wing on the concrete. And so every Thursday when we do young adults.
Fire pits. I've seen pics.
Yeah, we light 2 fire pits. And actually, I light them. And then my instructions from the director of the young adults is, hey, come back the next day after they burn out and just put them away. I said, okay. But we just started construction on the other part of the West Wing, and we're not allowed to put anything in that part of the West Wing, or we're going to get fined thousands of dollars. I'm like, okay, cool.
Wait, so just really quick, have you done this in the past where you just leave it out overnight?
Yes, every single time.
Okay.
Which, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So, then, what was it? So I get instructed to leave them out, come back and put them back in, and then we start construction, and I'm not allowed to put anything in this like garage storage area because they're doing construction. So we have a shipping container right now, and I'm like, okay, well, I should put it in there. And then I'm like, well, I can't get in there. Why? Because while they're doing construction, they accidentally cut through a line in the like the ground that connects our fobs to the doors to unlock the doors and the Wi-Fi. And so there's no Wi-Fi, and you can't get in unless you have a manual key, which there's only one of those. So I don't have the manual key. Somebody higher up than me has the manual key. And so I'm like, okay, well, I literally can't get into the building, and I can't get into the storage unit either because the key to the storage unit is in the building. So
wait, so are we at a day after at this point?
Yeah, we're at a day after at this point.
Okay, so they are burnt out.
And so I'm literally standing there, and I'm like, well, I need to put these somewhere. And I was like, I can't put them anywhere. I can't put them in the garage. I can't put them in the building. Again, I can't put them in the storage unit because I can't get into any of these places, or I'm not supposed to put them in there. So I tuck them away in this like corner area, and I say to myself, well, I hope that nobody steals them, and I'll try to put them away whenever I come back to work next week. And so I come back to work next week.
Oh, so this is over the weekend?
Yeah, I leave it out over the weekend. And then we try to put them all away, and I go, dang, like I come out and they're not there after a youth event. And I was like, wow. And I text the facilities manager dude, and he goes, well, they should be at this place. I'm like, they're not here. And he goes, well, I'll check the cameras. And I go, sick, do that. And then he goes, wait, the Wi-Fi's been out, which they just now fixed the Wi-Fi. But he goes, the Wi-Fi's been out, so the cameras haven't been online. And I'm like, dang. So we don't have any camera footage. But then somebody at the church looks it up online because he goes, if I was a thief, I would immediately post these on Facebook Marketplace and try to sell them.
Yeah.
And so he looks them up, finds the exact models that we use, and they look used, which of course those could just be anybody's, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, they posted them on Tuesday, and that's right around when we lost them. And I go, yeah. And he goes, and it looks like the one we have. It looks used like what we have it. And he goes, I'm going to message this guy, see if he has two. If he has two, and he posted them on Tuesday, and they look just like the ones we have,
you meet up with them.
It's got to be ours.
And you kill them.
No. We don't condone that on this podcast.
No. You kill them with how low the price is. Like, oh, man, that's a good deal. I'll do that.
He posted them about half price. But, so this person starts messaging this person. He does have two, and he agrees to meet him at Dairy Queen. And I'm like, sick, go get them. And he panics and says, hey, I know they're stolen. You need to return these before we turn the footage into the police of you stealing it. And
you said this on messages?
Yeah.
He's not going to show up.
The guy responds and says, no, I'm selling these for my neighbors, then deletes the post and blocks this person who confronted him. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? We have so many police officers that go to this church. I was like, just take one of them with you and meet up with this guy, actually. We have a detective that goes to this church. Just have that guy go and say you're him, and then just get him back.
The guy panicked and said this?
Yeah.
You don't say that.
I was like, bro. And then he deletes the post. I was like, he's getting rid of these immediately. He's going to go pawn them, and we're never going to see these things again.
At the very least, you could have bought them for less.
Yeah. Well, that's what some other person goes. He goes, why don't we just buy them from this guy? I'm like, no, we'll get new ones. Or actually, these were even donated to our church. We didn't even buy them, but they are worth $500. And
that's
so
rough.
I was like, bro, dang. And then afterwards, they were like, hey, so if we get some more, don't leave them out overnight. And I go, well, yeah, guys, come on. I'm not going to just continue to do that now.
And also, you had no place to put them.
I told him, I was like, considering like all my options, I had no options. I put them in.
It's not like you can put them in your car.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a car that can fit those.
And yeah, I don't have, they're too big to fit in my car. What I could have done, thinking back, is I could have taken them to the main building and put them in there. But I didn't think about that at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, we lost them. And then we lost the thief person too. And I was like, dang, just get a police officer to go with you to meet up with this guy.
And then also when you get ones in the future, probably strategically put a marking on there.
Oh yeah, on the bottom or something.
You should have it marked somewhere where it's like not noticeable, but if for some reason something was stolen,
have it engraved on the bottom. It says property of our church.
Engraved would actually just be perfect because then they can't really do anything.
You can't erase that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it would take a long time, be more than it's worth.
Yeah, you should have a way to mark it where if that happened and you met up with them, you could then be like, hey, I just want to check this. Like, this is property of our
church.
City. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's crazy. And I'm like, dude, all of this is wild. We checked out that guy's Facebook page too. Is all sketchy.
Yeah. So, sounds about right.
But that was my week. That was all of it.
So in other news, I did get 2 fire pits this past week. Great deal.
No, that whole situation, the whole week just kind of grinded my gears. It was just right in the
I mean,
hips.
this like always is kind of hidden. And it's just like, oh man. Wait, do you not have a Taylor Swift review?
I always have a Tay-Tay review.
Did you want to do that or not? You're good. You can push it off till next week. It's
I have to think of one because I didn't actually.
So you don't have one.
Here.
So what grinds my gears is we're going back to the Savannah Bananas game. I mentioned the merch and that the lines were long and everything else, and I got a jersey. And I might have OCD. I do have OCD.
We knew that.
I got the first jersey and I had it on. I was looking. I hadn't taken the tags off, and I'm like, there's this little mark on the front that I can't get off, and this is going to annoy me so much. And I just kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and I'm like, I think I need to exchange this.
For decades and decades and decades?
Which, that's the reason that Lauren and myself did go down to the other floors in the
that's
first
why you were
place
walking
to
around.
try to like go and like, hey, exchange it for a different one that does not have issues. And luckily, when we first walked out by our seats, there's actually like another tent that's selling merch right next to us on the 4th floor that had like no line. I'm like, okay, I'll go through there, get the jersey switched out, be all good to go. And I did that, checked it out, and this one had a worse line. And I'm like,
worse?
No. And I'm like, I can't go back to the same one. So then we went down to the 1st floor and walked around for a while and saw there was like very long lines at one location. So we avoided it and then walked back to the original location where I purchased it. And I'm like, hey, here's the deal. I didn't have to wait in the line. Luckily, I kind of went up to the side and they're like, yeah, we'll change it.
Yeah.
Got that one. Thought it was good to go. Checked it out by them and then went to try it on or whatever. And then I'm like, there's like a Sharpie mark on the back of this. And I'm like, no, why can't any of these brand new jerseys not have issues?
Take it.
So then I had to walk back up. The lady looked at me. I think she kind of chuckled. And she's like, oh, no, it's all good. And then we got one more and I examined it very closely and did not see any issues. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. But I had to change the jersey so many times until I finally got one that didn't like annoy me. Even though actually the last one did have like something that sort of annoyed me, but it wasn't enough to like exchange it. Like the top buttonhole was like wide, like kind of like a little extra wide. And I'm like, I think I can deal with this at this point. But still have the tag on it upstairs in my room. And I might just send it in if I find more issues.
Well, I mean, you should.
I think I should be okay though at this point. But that's what grinded my gears the most. But it's okay. Got the jersey. Got to go to Savannah Bananas. Good vibes. Dane, what about you?
So sorry, I was making my list for our draft later.
Hey, we'll get there.
So Lindsey was a no-show to the family gathering today.
Is she family?
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. She didn't show up. And so Shepard didn't show up either, and Daniel didn't show up.
Shepard, get your crap together.
The last thing I said to Shepard last night on FaceTime was, Shepard, you better shape up the next time I see you, because he kept making this like screaming sound.
Yeah. What's he doing?
I was like, hey, you need to cut it out.
Yeah.
You're really interrupting the FaceTime.
I'm really sorry that he had to do that.
No.
Because that's the worst.
No.
Oh, Shepard, what are you calling in for? He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. Oh, Shepard, I'm sorry.
It's the breathing thing for me.
Yeah.
That it is. And I'm like, it's so weird. And then, we talked about how Lindsey is making her whole personality around her baby.
Which is reasonable. It's better than making your personality around your husband.
Or your cats.
Especially the cats.
The cats. Especially if you made like an Instagram for them.
I mean, each time I see pictures of Shepard Thomas Reed, I'm like, how is this baby related to Dane? Like, this baby's too cute.
I don't know
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Daniel, and I don't find Daniel cute.
I mean, to each his own.
True. So yeah, Lindsey didn't show up to the family gathering. Also, my brakes are probably going to go out.
What's the deal? Trade it. Trade. Who is someone calling? Please no.
Hello?
The hell?
Who is that?
Hello?
This the Jade Garden?
I'm not positive who this is.
It's Daniel.
Is it really Daniel?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. He's back. He's back on the pod. Why are you calling? We're currently trashing your son.
Yes, we are, actually.
For skipping the meal today. Is he going to say anything?
I don't know. Oh, they hung up probably because it's terrible reception here in your basement.
I'm sorry. You can do Wi-Fi calls.
Oh, they called back. This is their last chance. Hello?
Can you talk?
Hello.
We were just trashing Shepard.
Oh, honey, that's not nice.
No.
We also trashed you guys for not showing up to the family meeting today.
Oh, the family, okay, honey.
Daniel's a racist, just so everybody knows.
No, we're talking to Edna mode.
Oh.
Yeah.
Edna mode.
And guest.
And guest. Which is always Shepard.
You can see me.
Hey, will you guys figure it out? This is terrible content.
Come on.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Listen here, all right? My son just spat up green stuff, so that's what I'm working with.
He needs avocado.
It's still green stuff.
Hey, yeah, Dane, quick question for you. What color is avocado?
Green. Last I checked.
It's probably brown right now.
Ew.
Sure isn't Sam.
His name's Samuel.
Yeah, thank you, Lindsey.
He went by Sam when I knew him in college, so sorry.
It's just because I didn't correct you.
True.
He transitioned to Samuel.
Whoa. Lindsey.
Sorry.
Wow.
Unreal.
Shepard, do you have anything to say?
He's breathing so hard.
He's doing tummy time.
Tummy time, what?
And in case you didn't hear about the poll the other week, the fans do want you to buy another shirt. So there is that as well.
You know who doesn't have one?
Who?
Daniel.
He can get one.
Yeah.
For $47.
47. The price went up.
Yes. Just for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
That was...
I think the reception's going in and out. They're calling back, but I'm not answering.
You could try one more time if you
All
want.
right. Welcome back to the podcast. Will you guys figure it out?
What is wrong with your phone?
We're in the basement.
Yeah, it keeps saying call failed.
You could try calling through Facebook Messenger and the Wi-Fi would work.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not 65.
Sometimes
I heard you've been skipping tummy time, and therefore your head's all floppy.
Are we talking about Dane here?
No, they're trying to get Shepard to strengthen his neck muscles by doing tummy time.
Just get him on like P90X.
He does need P90X.
Yeah. He needs to get shredded.
Hey, buy another shirt.
Can he swim yet?
No, we're broke. We're fresh out of shirt money.
You don't have one yet, though.
Well, as badly as I need one, we decided this month to splurge on buying groceries.
Hey, that's what I've been doing, too.
You don't need to eat.
Yeah. So this month we chose to eat. Next month, maybe, although it's going to come down between the shirt and the lights. And
shirt for sure.
If you come down to Springfield, free shipping.
True.
Free shipping.
If you come down to Springfield, and we'll just give it to you.
That's tough. See, we could probably survive without lights if there's free shipping.
That's true.
That's true. Just don't buy diapers for a month.
True.
You'll be loaded.
Yeah, well, we haven't really bought diapers. We were very generously gifted lots of them. So
okay,
you need billions.
Yeah, and I can't help but notice the Until Next Week podcast didn't give us any diapers, any baby anything. And Shepard is a sponsor of the pod.
That's wow.
I was not given any links. I thought you usually do links for this stuff.
Dane had the links.
Dane doesn't share anything with me.
Yeah, you guys know I didn't get him anything. I got him a beaver, though.
Dane literally came to the baby shower and brought nothing.
I did?
Except a great personality.
I don't think I came to the baby
call's
shower.
Gonna fail. I can't hear them. Dane, are you there?
We can hear you.
Hello. Hello.
Dig it.
Are they going to hang up?
Dane. Hello.
I don't know. I feel like he has to hear this.
Isn't FaceTime over Wi-Fi?
Probably.
Let's see what happens.
Are you making it FaceTime?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, ew. I mean, hey, Shepard.
What does he look like? Show me Shepard. He needs to see me.
Oh, I almost dropped the phone.
Well, let me see. Oh, my word. Hello. I'm not scary. A little bit. Wow, this is great.
I FaceTime so that it would do it over the Wi-Fi. So talk over this.
Here, Shepard has a message for Samuel.
Oh.
You throw up?
No, she's putting up his middle finger.
Sorry.
Why me?
And
What I did say is Dane came to my baby shower and didn't bring anything.
I don't remember going to the baby shower, if I'm being honest.
Well, also the last time he saw you, he didn't hug you when he left.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's grinding your gears this week? That's the part that we're on right now.
Man, so many things.
Well, like what?
One thing? Okay, so, yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah, this is going out to the world.
Yeah, that would make me unhireable. Second half there. What grinds my gears?
Shepard
figured out.
Grinds my gears. So, honestly, it's tough. I think what grinds my gears is the other drivers in the world. And here's the thing. People like to say, oh, it's my city. It's, drivers are really bad here or there. Drivers are really bad everywhere. But especially Lindsey.
Yeah, she is bad.
But, yeah, there's just a lot of times where people are in the way or trying to hit me. And I just, especially through Kansas City, but it happens a lot in Omaha.
My gears.
So anyway, what else grinds my gears is my wife. But gosh darn it, I love her. Although sometimes feels like I'm living on the corner of the roof.
Are you quoting Proverbs again?
I would not do that.
You know what grinds my gears?
What grinds your
No,
gears?
I didn't ask you, Lindsey. I have to say, originally, guys, I was skeptical of the pod. All right.
Okay.
I was not a subscriber.
You don't listen.
I was not a subscriber, but now when I do hear the pod, it makes me laugh. Sometimes I do like it.
The only parts of the podcast Daniel listens to is the parts that he's on, and he laughs at himself.
Well, I mean, now he's on every week.
Yeah, what's crazy is that can't be proven.
That's true.
So really, it's just conjecture at this point, and won't hold up in a court of law. So, Lindsey, you're not standing on a firm foundation. All right, that's some sand right there. Yeah, I don't know. That's what grinds my gears is other drivers and Lindsey, Renee, Reed.
Wow.
What'd you sell in high school?
Oh.
Oh, so many things. Can you be more specific?
No.
This podcast is going to go on forever. Well, I guess we aren't going to play the 3 random Lindsey voice memos this week. We'll hold them off again.
I told you not to play those.
Well, I kind of want to at some point.
Yes, Samuel.
I don't think I sent you anything new.
No, they're the old ones. I just keep on holding on to them just in case.
I honestly don't even know what they're about, but I'm pretty sure they're pointless.
I know, which is why I'll throw them into a random episode. I just haven't yet. This episode's going to go long, so I'm going to hold off again.
Daniel, what's your favorite white girl caption on Instagram?
Oh, gosh.
There's too many. Come on.
I mean, recently it's always just like, June photo dump.
That is one of them.
A couple emojis, and then underneath that, it was so sweet to hang out with Erica and Shelby. They're the sweetest, and I just love them.
Surrounded by my people.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that either. I don't know.
Such a sweet season.
Such a sweet season.
I have a good one from recent. Summer's been a hoot and a holler so far.
That's a good one.
For those at home who don't know, that's Lindsey Reed's most recent Instagram post.
And you commented on it, Samuel. So
I did, and then you tagged the pod, which I appreciate.
Nice.
That was good. I
wear my Until Next Week podcast shirt every Monday.
Let's go.
To bed specifically.
I literally wear it in public.
Do you wear it to your job?
I don't have a job.
Yeah, she's a stay-at-home mom.
I know that's your job.
Hey, I did apply for being a substitute teacher this year, so I can work one time a week.
That'd be dope.
And on the application, it asks your current place of work, and I put title stay-at-home mom, salary $0.00.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want them to know.
All right, we have to go.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That was so hectic.
They're still on.
Listen, Michael Fuller is a nice young man. Just,
Hey, we were all
podcast.
Kanakuk campus reps together, I think.
Shout out Kanakuk and Kids Across America.
Shout out, you
True.
know. Yeah, we always kind of forgot about saying KAA on the t-shirts, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll mention them as well.
Yeah, well, who gives a rip? Is Joe White still living?
Is he still living?
All right, now we're hanging up.
He's still there. He's still kicking with his...
Still kicking.
Well, sort of kicking.
Yeah, he's got one leg, one foot.
No, he has no legs. Oh, this is going
They
downhill.
took both of them?
He doesn't have either.
Dang it, dude. Last time I saw him, he had at least one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both gone at this point.
Thorn in the side, man. It's just...
He's still doing more than I do, so there is that.
Yeah, he has like a little tank he kind of rides around in.
Yeah. And then he has like the fake legs they can put on. So
The prosthetic ones?
yeah. His new nickname's Peggy. Thought that would be funnier.
That's wild. Samuel, that might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, I say good stuff every once in a while, so
That was really good. I hope that one makes the pod. That was funny.
Did you hear the joke last week?
No.
Oh.
I thought you listened.
I forgot to tell you, Daniel, but
I listened to Dane.
they recorded the after Jack's joke. It is your voice. So Jack's joke sucked.
Yeah, we made you into a drop now.
Yeah, you need to listen to last week. Listen to my little known facts, and I think I'll make you laugh. So.
Oh man! All right. I'll listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'll get you laughing on one of those. So there is that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I have more grinds my gears. Let me know when you want to hear them again.
Just send them in every week.
I could talk about Mark.
We're never gonna get this episode done.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Mark Jennison.
Okay. Peace.
I hung up.
Bye. So long.
That was long and crazy.
Where are we?
I kept trying to hang up, but they have no concept of time.
Yeah. And now he'll listen next week though.
True. Also, I'm doing 100 push-ups, and that's hard. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and then I just try to go back to an old episode, I think. We're
on Sports Talk now.
Oh yeah, Grind Screers. Where's the button? I had to mix it up.
Mix it up.
We're gonna run through these now. Let's go. Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some Sports Talk, the segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually, no. Emotionally, yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks. But most importantly, no soccer.
No soccer.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. Speaking about those Big Daddy hacks out of Wiffleball this past week, and this is the most important thing I do on my week-to-week basis. And we did lose, which was disappointing for sure. But that's because we only had 3 guys playing. And they have fields that are like in the middle of downtown Springfield, like on the square, which is like all concrete. So the ball comes flying at you if there's a ground ball. So it's hard to field unless you're standing there.
Oh.
And if we would have had one more fielder, they probably could have made some of these plays that were then hit to no one, which was unfortunate. But even though we lost the game, I did have 2 dingers.
Danger.
One was a grand slam dinger that hit off someone's hands.
Grand slam.
Shout out. And went into the fountain, which anything that goes into the fountain is very sketchy because it's probably 50% urine. And then
the rest is needles.
Yes. And then the end of the game, we were down by quite a bit, but there's 2 guys on, and I hit a ball very, very far. It was
one where you stopped and watched it.
It was, you kind of hit it and you're like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Like it went, so in perspective, so it went over like the fountains, and there's like a tree past the fountains, and that's what it hit like midway up the tree.
Good tree.
And then I went on Google Maps afterwards, and they have where you can like measure distance roughly. And of course it is wiffle ball, but that ball went at least
1.2 miles,
like 100 plus feet, which in wiffle ball terminology, that's like a 450 foot bomb. But it did get stopped by the tree. And later one of my teammates was like, that was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. So that was very dope. And then getting into the home run talk last night from when we recorded this, which was, I guess, Friday night, there's a player on the Oakland Athletics. He's a 22-year-old rookie. His name's Nick Kurtz. And he went 6 for 6.
Yeah, he did.
With 4 home runs, a double and a single. Yeah. And it was arguably the greatest offensive performance ever. It was ridiculous. And what made it even better is he's on my fantasy baseball team. And
you were starting him.
And I was, because he is a slugger. Like, he hits the ball incredibly hard. He does strike out a lot, but when he hits the ball, it goes a mile. And you need to look up these highlights from when he hit this 4 home run game, because 3 of the home runs were opposite field. And his double he hit almost was an opposite field home run as well. So he legitimately could have had 5 home runs.
Can't believe they kept pitching to him.
Well, the first 3 were all like legit. And at that point, they were like behind by a lot. So it's like, don't just try to throw strikes and get them out. But then the last home run was in the 9th inning when the other team was down like 13-1. So they did have a position player in, but he still hit a ball that was like 78 miles per hour outside, and he hit an opposite field homer. Like, it was crazy. And there's only been, I believe, 4 homer games in history, and now he is one of them. He's the first rookie to ever do it, first Oakland or whatever athletics player to do it.
Sacramento Athletics. Right
now. And it was wild. Like, there's been more perfect games than 4 home run games. So like, this is just something that doesn't really happen, but it has happened twice this year. I think there's been 3 times or 4 times in history where there's been 2 4 home run games in the same season. This is one of them. But yeah, just crazy. This guy's going to be a stud. And yeah, it was exciting to watch.
Life is crazy.
Yeah. But that's all my sports updates. What about you, Dane?
Well, I'll make mine brief because we were going long.
Yeah, we are. Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel and Lindsey and Shepherd.
Shepard's the one who held us back.
He did start crying.
With his avocado diapers.
Ew. No, the trade deadline for MLB baseball should be this upcoming week. Like,
July 31st is when it hits.
Yeah, I don't know what the day of the 31st is, though.
It's the Thursday.
It is Thursday, so the trade deadline will be Thursday, so things should start heating up around here. And so the Cardinals are in a peculiar situation. They're kind of competing, but kind of not competing. Going to a new GM, but also not right now GM. And so
there's a lot of stuff going on with like legacy with the GMs. Like, hey, how do I want the fans to remember me to end my time as a GM? And then also the Cardinals at this point in time are only 2 games over 500. They're 4th place in their division, but at the same time, they still could grab a last wild card spot if they started winning some games.
Yeah, they're only 3.5 out of the wild card spot.
Like, it's not crazy that they maybe sneak in.
Right. But Ryan Helsley, their closer, they'll probably trade. They probably trade Steven Matz, if I had to guess.
Who's another pitcher who's in their bullpen.
Yeah, another bullpen pitcher.
They have another bullpen setup guy, Phil Madden, and he's probably worth something. So they're like, hey, we probably need to trade some of these guys and get prospects. But at the same time, we can also maybe buy some other players to hopefully still compete.
I've heard JoJo Romero, too.
Yeah, he's a good guy to try to get rid of. There's a lot of guys that we just need to try to trade for prospects because we need to develop and hopefully become good in the future. Because right now, it's very meh.
I think it'll be a soft sell is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so it'll be kind of crazy, but I think that's what the Cardinals are going to do. I don't think they're going to make any big predictions. I think the big person who will get traded at the deadline is Jarren Duran.
Oh, for the Red Sox?
From the Red Sox. I think that's going to be the biggest player traded.
He's also been having a down year.
Yeah.
So
I think he'll get traded, though, Because I saw somebody was linked to him. It might have been the Phillies. The Phillies are linked to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, they already Diamondbacks are going to probably sell a lot of their guys because they already traded Josh Naylor, who's like a crazy good first baseman, like offensively. And they also have some pitchers, one of which is Merrill Kelly, who's an older guy who I kind of want the Cardinals to get, but the only reason they would get him is maybe they can re-sign him because he's a free agent. And then also Zach Gallen, who's another pitcher who used to be on the Cardinals.
Yep.
And we traded him away for not much.
We traded him for in the Goldschmidt deal, I thought.
It was Ozuna.
Ozuna didn't play for the Diamondbacks.
Went to the Marlins. Marlins traded Gallen to get shortstop Jazz Chisholm.
They traded Gallen for Chisholm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, he was part of the Ozuna trade originally, and then he went on to be very good with the Diamondbacks, and Ozuna kind of fell off a cliff.
Who was in the Paul Goldschmidt deal?
Paul Goldschmidt was just like randos. It was like no one we gave up.
Yeah, I remember because he was in the last year of his deal, then he signed a...
one of the guys was Carson Kelly.
It was Carson Kelly.
Yeah, who ended up going off for a bit as a catcher, but at that point we still had Yadier Molina as our catcher.
Carson Kelly, Luke Weaver, Andy Young, and a competitive... balance round B pick.
Which now Luke Weaver looks really good. He's a very good reliever for like the Yankees.
Yeah. But Goldschmidt won the MVP for the Cardinals.
Goldschmidt was definitely the valuable asset there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a great trade for us. Which that's the only trade the Cardinals ever make or want for any star ever is trades that are like, oh, you're gonna give us this guy for a bag of chips and some soft pretzels.
Oh, wait, you're going to give us $50 million also?
Yeah.
For Arenado? Like, it's crazy.
That's the only trades we ever make anymore.
Which is wild.
Our prospects never pan out anyways.
But right now, we got some good young guys. So, in the future, we should be very good.
We've done that for years, Samuel.
This time, I think is legit.
Well, I rest my case.
Yeah. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens on the trade deadline for baseball. We'll probably talk about it more next week. And fantasy football should be coming up pretty soon. So, eventually, we will post about that and do a league once again.
Oh, yeah. Love me some fantasy football. I started gearing up for that.
Yeah, you know it. But that's all our sports talk for this week, which means it is now time for our...
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't, you don't, God does, but he's not telling.
Welcome back to our main segment, where we have already hinted at it, but we're going to do the top white girl captions.
Ooh.
We're going to go back and forth. I think we'll do 5 each, and you should let us know what you think of the captions in the poll and the description of the podcast, and just kind of go from there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to go first.
Okay.
Pumpkin spice and everything nice. It's a classic one. I think a lot of these will also be inspired by Trey Kennedy in one way or another because he does all his white girl skits. But you just got to go. We're getting to the fall season here shortly.
Oh, man.
So,
hallelujah.
Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice is a classic, and that'll be my number 1 overall pick.
Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. Oh, man. Instagram hates to see a white girl coming with the leaves changing colors and pumpkin patches being open and all the things. The cooler weather. Feeling cozy around here.
So good.
Okay, new rule. You have to say it like a white girl.
Okay. So
this is so funny.
So what are you picking?
So mine are inspired based off of this reel I saw, and it got me thinking about them, and I was like, oh man, these are great. And so, do I get 2 here?
Yeah, you do.
All right, my first one is, so I did a thing. And it's always in reference to like they cut their hair, or they bought a house, or they bought a car. Mm-hmm. So I did a thing. Mm-hmm. And then they go on like paragraph explanation of like, it's been my lifelong dream to buy this house or to cut my hair, and now I did it. I did a thing. So I did a thing.
So I did a thing. That's
so
good.
I did a thing is my number 1 pick, and then my number 2 pick here is it's the dead of winter, and you're scrolling through Instagram, and then all of a sudden you come across a photo, and it's a picture of some random white girl at the beach, and it says, mentally, I'm here. And then they just are referencing something they already posted about months ago when they were on vacation in Florida or whatever beach. And now they're like, oh, I need another excuse to post about whenever I went to Florida or whatever vacation I went on. Yeah. And then, yep. And I also did a thing. Mm-hmm. So mentally, I'm here. And so I did a thing.
Okay. My next 2 will be feeling cute. Might delete later. You're not going to, the only reason you're going to delete is if you don't get enough likes here.
Yes.
That's all I got to say.
Yes,
clap.
Yes, say it louder, Samuel. The only reason you'll delete is if you don't get enough likes.
And like nowadays, like the algorithm has ruined everything. Just keep your post up. It's okay if you get 4 likes.
Yeah, they don't even show you how many likes.
You can
show
choose.
other people.
You can choose.
You can?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that's one of them. And then the other one I got to go with is, but first, coffee. With a little coffee emoji afterwards. Like that's very important in this.
I need to put some audible mentions.
Yeah, you got to do that. It's very important to have the emoji game strong as a white girl. And if you do that, you will have a better chance of getting your likes up.
Yeah.
So if you get your likes up, your mood will get boosted. Like everything will get boosted. You'll be in better part of your, like you might get more followers and get that sponsorship deal. Who knows?
You could, yeah. And then next thing you know, you're an influencer.
Yeah.
Or my favorite is...
And then you go into severe depression and you're like, why don't people follow me anymore? And then it kind of becomes a documentary on Netflix.
Yes.
So that's also important.
My favorite are like the people who aren't influencers but are trying very hard to be influencers.
Us.
No, we're not
really.
influencers.
No,
we're just putting out podcasts.
That's true.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So that one's great.
So that's mine. You get 2 more here.
Okay, here we go. Number 3 for Dane is any Taylor Swift lyric. Just as the caption.
That is very.
I'm trying to think of what like they'll post they have a boyfriend, then they went to a wedding, and then they post the Romeo and Juliet song. What was that called? I can't remember what it is.
Love Story.
Love Story.
Yeah.
Had our love story.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You got to, I mean, just lyrics in general is important.
Oh my goodness, yeah, but it's usually something from the like folklore album or something ridiculous. And like when Style came out from 1989, oh man, like he's got that long hair, slick back white T-shirt thing that I like, and I'm got that red skirt or red lip something skirt. I don't know, something.
And that has been Dane's Tay-Tay review of the week. There we go.
True.
That's wild. What's your next one you got to go in here?
In the same vein as any Taylor Swift lyric, number 4, in my blank era.
Every single one.
In my cutting my hair era, in my healthy era, in
my workout era,
in my workout era,
yeah,
my girl boss era, in my slay the day away era.
These are all good. These are all relevant, and I think you could be a white girl influencer going forward.
You guys are getting a glimpse into my mind of what I actually find funny, because I see these and I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh no, my coffee, my lattes. It's so funny to me.
That's, man. Okay. Well, you have one more after I do my next 2, which will be my final 2. I think I got to go with this, and it's Alexa, play Hot to Go by Chappell Roan. Or just any Alexa, play whatever.
Blank,
yeah, whatever
just
it is.
A song they find good at the time.
Yeah, one of the examples I had up, which I ended up changing because you were mentioning Taylor Swift. I was like, Alexa, play Blank Space by Taylor Swift. And I'm like, okay.
You ever heard of Pink Pony Club?
Yeah.
Man.
Chappell Roan slaps.
I listened to that for the first time in Canada. Listened to it a lot in Canada, and then haven't listened to it since.
She's got some good songs, and she is from the Springfield area.
And then I learned it's the LGBTQ plus anthem, and I was like, interesting.
That's kind of her in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did after a brief Google search.
Yeah. Good music, though.
I don't know. I haven't listened to anything else by her.
She's got some good ones. She also had this, like a random country song that kind of sounds like Shania Twain vibes.
Really?
It kind of sounds like that early 2000s country is what she released for like one single, which is her most recent song.
All I want to
I think you would probably like it.
No. All I want to sing is At the Pink Pony Club.
So, fun fact, there's ideas that is about a club that was in Springfield.
Yeah.
That they repainted because it was a strip club. And I think it still is today. I would not know for obvious reasons, but I believe that was her inspiration. But other people are like, no, it's talking about this other club. Well, the one that was in Springfield when she would have lived here was like called like the Pink Pony Club.
Really?
Or something along those lines.
I wonder if it was.
Again, I don't know very well, but I don't know. Springfield lore for you.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I think my last one, you could go a lot of different routes here. But I think I can't even.
I can't
even.
And it's always a picture of a baby or a dog.
I can't. Oh,
man.
the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
Yeah. But those are my 5. I can't do the white girl enunciations like you can, but hopefully you like those.
Well, I can't even.
So dumb.
Man,
so dumb.
Somebody out there is going to clip that. That's crazy.
So what else? What else are you thinking for this last pick?
My last pick, number 5 for Dane. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty classy, and it encaptures just the white girl mantra. Just
messy bun and getting stuff done.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That one's funny too. It's just recently. And it's just a random.
Yes.
Here's 20 photos of things that happened last year. What do you mean also, recently?
Hate that. I hate that you can do 20 photos in an album. I miss old Instagram where it was one photo. You get what you get. You had to make sure that picture has to be the best picture possible.
Yep.
And nowadays, you're like, I can throw whatever I want in
And
here.
it was on an iPhone 5, so there's no way it was good.
I know. I have screenshots of old like Instagram posts. I'm like, this was the life. And there's no reels or stories. Like you just saw the one photo and you're like.
Yeah.
It was great. I miss those days too much.
I'm looking up best white girl Instagram captions.
I mean, I have a lot also. I'll just start reading through some that I have that I haven't mentioned yet. Sipping on sunshine and good vibes.
Dang it.
Sweater weather is better weather. Living my best life, one selfie at a time. Basic and proud. Sun-kissed and selfie-ready. Rosé all day. Too glam to give a... Dang. I'm going dang. Totes adorbs. If you're not obsessed with fall, we can't be friends. Starbucks in one hand, confidence in the other. Catch flights, not feelings. Currently thriving in neutral tones. Weekend plans, brunch, binge, repeat. Ugh, I literally can't. Also, these are some more like extreme ones. Zero chill, just vibes and chaos. My mood has a designer label. Oops, I did it again. I'm not extra. I'm the whole dang experience.
Whoa.
I'll just read one more. Let's see. If looks could kill, I'd be serving life.
Oh my goodness.
Or also, last one. Baddie with a latte addiction. Sorry, I had a lot of those pulled up. So, you have any honorable mentions or you want to keep moving?
Oh my goodness. Man. Salt in the air, sand in my hair. Man, vitamin C, yes, please.
There's also other vitamin D or vitamins you could do there.
True.
Yeah.
True. Serving looks, not drama. OOTD. Man, curls, pearls, and sass.
Yes. Shaking that.
Whoa. And then
feet.
Ones I actually wrote down here. If I can go to I was looking it up on ChatGPT.
What?
Best day with blank.
Yeah.
Or just a classic Bible at a coffee shop. And then
or a Bible at a coffee shop with a Bible verse that has no actual context to what you just posted.
Jeremiah 29:11. Yeah. And post that and
John 3:16.
I'm just like, I know the plans I have to declare the Lord plans perhaps not to harm your plans to give you hope in the future while you're sitting here in an air conditioning place reading your Bible, drinking your $12 espresso shots.
I didn't get accepted into my sorority, so I gotta keep this in mind.
No, not the sorority. And if I don't get in this one, I won't be in there with my friends. And oh wow, have we seen this here before? It starts at youth group.
And I think it's time.
Well, if you're driving, as much as you like what I know here, you should probably go ahead and sit down. But if you're go ahead and standing up, you should sit down because it's time for Dane's Manifesto.
Welcome back to Dane's Manifesto.
Welcome back to Manifesting. So
Dane's Manifesto.
My first idea this week was that I want to get Shepard Thomas Reed what's it called?
A binky.
No. A Christmas present. And I'm going to say...
That's probably good. I'm
going to say from Dane. And it's going to be very book-shaped, right? And it's going to be a copy of the Communist Manifesto.
Do it. I think that's good for him to get into reading earlier rather than later.
Some people call it corruption. I call it broadening horizons.
Well, if you don't know what's bad in the world, you don't know what's good.
In my parenting
you got to read both sides.
In my parenting era.
And that has been Dane's Manifesto.
No, that was not it. So, briefly, I'm going to break down the NFC North and see. I think I might do this for sports in the future, but we had a lot of sports. And we're getting close to the NFL season, and I thought I would break down one a week until we get there. And so, finishing in last place of the NFC North, Samuel's petting an elephant right now. I don't know how that's possible, but I'm trying to think here. So finishing last in the NFC North, I'm going to take the
Chicago Bears.
Minnesota Vikings.
Really?
Yeah, with JJ. I don't know if JJ's it. Minnesota's going to have an easier, or not Minnesota. Chicago's going to have an easier schedule, revamped offensive line, more weapons, finally competent head coach.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could see Minnesota.
Clearly
finishing
now
last.
the rain is gone.
The rain is gone. Finishing third, Chicago Bears. Yep.
Checks out.
They're getting better, but they're not that good quite yet.
Yeah.
I want to see Caleb make another jump, and I want them to have a true alpha number one wide receiver and a better running back. Their running back's pretty good in DeAndre Swift, but I want to see them have a better running back than that. And then number 2, who finishes second? Detroit Lions.
Hey!
Wow.
let's go.
So,
because
Detroit, very good, but they did not go to the NFC Championship. They went to the divisional round, but they finished 15-2 last year. Very good, but they lose both coordinators to head coaching jobs elsewhere. Aaron Glenn to the Jets and Ben Johnson to the Bears in his own division. And so Dan Campbell's still there. They still have a lot of the pieces, but I'm like, okay, is Aiden Hutchinson going to come back healthy after he had a bad injury last year? Is there going to be wear and tear on the tires a little bit more? Is anybody else going to get injured? Did the coordinators they bring in, are they actually good? Is Dan Campbell good? He's a very good motivator, but is he a great coach? Don't know. So I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I do think they're going to make the playoffs, but as a wild card. And I think they go like 11-6. They're not bad. They're really good, actually.
I'm looking up here just at a random search, and on here it's like the Lions will probably win the division going 10 or 11 games to win, and it has the Packers at like 9 or 10. But again, it says there's also a simulation insight, and it says a predictive model ran 10,000 simulations and gave the Packers a 55% chance to win their week 1 matchup against the Lions.
I could see that.
So,
which
I mean, it's very early. Anything can happen. Injuries can happen.
The
Additions
NFL
can happen, etc.
Yeah.
But I like you picking the Packers there. And also,
the Packers finished first, of course.
Was it this year or was it next year when you said that the Packers will win the Super Bowl based on like
2027?
Okay.
So not this year, but next year, based off of
this will be the year where they win the division again.
Yes,
and then
they'll be on the rise.
That'll lead them to win the Super Bowl again.
Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm picking the Packers because they finished second or third last year. Second?
They might have been third.
Well, yeah. Either way, I think they'll have an easier schedule. I think Matt LaFleur can do anything. I think Detroit and Minnesota takes a step back, so then Green Bay takes a step forward. And I don't think they win 15 games, but I think they go 12 and is it 12-5? Yeah, 12-5.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, last year the Lions were 15-2, Vikings 14-3, Packers 11-6, and the Bears 5-12.
Yeah, so the Packers were really good anyways. They were 11-6.
Yeah.
And I think they win one more game.
Yeah, that's where the Lions and Vikings just randomly went off.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Well, Vikings more so.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Vikings, I was like, dang, I didn't know they were this good. But also, it makes me really think high of Kevin O'Connell, their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm like, man, he can do anything with just about anybody at quarterback.
Yeah.
Because they brought in Josh Dobbs one time whenever Sam Darnold got hurt, and he split both of his games. It was okay. Nick Mullins won like 3 of 4, and I was like, this is weird. And then they bring in Sam Darnold and go 14-3, and I'm like, wow.
I forgot they had Darnold last year. Yeah, that's why they were so good.
They let him walk because they drafted J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
which is why they'll probably drop off this year.
Maybe. It just depends on, is he the real deal? If he's the real deal, they're going to win the division. But if he's not, and he's never played any NFL, and even in college, he wasn't exactly a prolific passer. So
yeah,
we'll see. We shall see. But I do think it goes Packers, Lions, Vikings. No, Lions, Bears, Vikings.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Oh, my. Bears and things.
And that has been part 74
of Dane's Manifesto. Woo!
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Yes.
Welcome back to Samuel's Little Known Facts, where I bring you all the little known facts that are known by Samuel.
Wow.
Chuck E. Cheese, the mascot, was arrested.
Yeah, he was.
He was busted for debit card theft in Florida. So that's always
that's
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another little known fact is that Central Park in New York City is larger than the entire country of Monaco. That's wild.
Monaco. That's a country?
I guess so.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But okay.
The International Space Station orbits Earth approximately every 90 minutes.
Okay. That's weird.
Going around 25,000 miles plus because it's outside the Earth's like atmosphere or
Slow
whatever.
down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Australia is wider than the moon.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Aren't these great facts?
Well, I'm just like, well, okay.
Like, I don't really know what else to say with these. And then the largest bowling alley in the world is in Japan, and it has 116 lanes.
That's too many.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool, though.
But also, yeah, that's probably the only bowling alley in Japan.
Yeah.
But
and that's all my little known facts. I hope you enjoyed it.
By the way, I'll destroy anybody in bowling.
Yeah, you will.
I won our young adults one the other night. By that, I mean like a month ago, 2 months ago.
3 months ago. Or was it 4 months ago?
It wasn't that long.
5 months ago?
6.
And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
If you had twins, do you know what the perfect name would be for them? Juan and Amal. Because once you've seen Juan, you've seen them all.
And now, it's time for...
So, Jack's jokes suck.
Dan Marie with his second appearance on the pod.
Oh, shout out. And now he'll listen to every single week because we added that into the mix.
Man, we turned him into a drop.
Yeah. Drop that. Thun. Hey. So, yes, that has been our Jokes with Jack. No voice memos this week, but we do have some Spotify comments. Episode 134. Cornhole world record. We have a comment from AJ404. Shout out. The Chipotle chicken avocado melt at Panera is really good. Also, the cinnamon crunch bagel is a fire breakfast option. The pricing is crazy, to be fair. So
I remember getting the cinnamon toast crunch bagel
Bengals
with my high school girlfriend all the time.
That is a good bagel.
And I was like,
with some nice that like walnut cream cheese or whatever.
Of bagels in the world, it's the best bagel, but it's still a bagel.
Yeah.
I would prefer a lot of other breakfast foods than bagels.
Ellie Hooby put the slander from Samuel directed towards the Cracker Barrel, DQ, and Canes is uncalled for.
It is uncalled for.
Also, generally curious about your thoughts on the Friday Fever. Well, speaking of the Friday Fever, from Friday Pickleball, Samuel 14434. If you want 2 pickleball paddles for an extra $5 off, please use that code. Please. Basically, it's just like their most elite paddle they have. I think the base price is like $99, which it's like the highest level paddle they've ever made. So it's actually a very good price for what you get. I've not played with it a ton, but I do like the feel of it so far. I did mod it recently and added like an outer, like, I don't know if a shell is the right thing, but it's the
protective,
like guard to protect the outer like rim or edge of the paddle because it does scrape pretty easily.
Yeah.
So if you get one of the new ones, make sure to cover it with something because otherwise you will have scrapes all over it. But then I also have like the little weights on the corners of the paddle and also added a weight on the bottom, but I've not been able to use it yet with all those modifications, but I think it should help. And I'll let you know more in the future. So yeah, Samuel 14434 if you want to get a couple paddles as well.
If you use the Friday Fever,
yes,
and I use a wooden paddle,
I would obliterate you, just like I would in any scenario.
The Kansas City Royals are acquiring Randall Grichuk from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I don't think that really helps them much.
And he was a bench bat for the Diamondbacks.
He was also.
They probably gave up one prospect for him.
Yeah,
he's 36.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but we need to find a wooden paddle so we can test this out.
We just need to play in general sometime because it's been a while.
True.
Jack Holmgren puts, so you're telling me, Dane, to embrace my masculinity in its entirety that I cannot have boneless wings. So to be a man, I need to get bone. Is that what you're saying? June already ended, Dane. Gosh, Jack.
Jack is leaving inappropriate comments out here. Masculinity, yes. The second part of that thing, no. That's unreal. And I demand that you read that out loud to Mrs. Holmgren, and I want her honest review.
And Reiner responded under that comment in quotation marks. Yeah, you need the bone. Samuel Sin, 2025. I guess that's what I said.
He did say that. I never said that.
Sorry about that. We say stuff sometimes without thinking. Reiner also put, Dane hates the golf tee game because it keeps calling him an ignoramus.
I know what the golf tee game is. He's talking about a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then he put, also, when I was last at Panera 10 years ago, I remembered their mac and cheese was solid.
I think it's pronounced ignoramus.
Ignoramus. Stupid.
Yeah, which means like a stupid person.
Yeah, I guess he just spelt it really weird because he put E-G-N-O-R-A moose.
Yeah, ignoramus.
Yeah. I don't know if I would spell it that way, but
I need to put that in my vocabulary.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, ignoramus.
Angela Birdwell put, we eat for free at Golden Corral with our life insurance company quarterly. That is the only time we ever go there.
Yeah, if you get it for free, my standards go way lower.
Yeah, you can do like whatever at that point.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And then we had who had the better list of restaurants that should close down, and with 66.7% of the vote, you agreed with me. I had the better list of restaurants because your list stunk.
I think we're getting very creative with our drafts now.
It's pretty nice every once in a while.
Restaurants that should shut down and white girl Instagram
you can't just do best restaurants. You got to be more
specific
out there. Yeah.
Yeah, more like not gimmicky, but more unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on a past episode 133, she's waterboarding herself. Jack Holmgren put Dane picked America in the country's draft, and that should be an automatic win. But it was was it a win? I don't remember.
It
doesn't matter. Go look at it anyway if you can.
I remember the countries I'd like to visit draft, and I picked America number 1 overall.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Big ups America, man.
Okay. Well, now it's time for our sponsors of the week. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is number 1. Dane, hit us with your review.
So in light of that one lady confronting me about support raising, I decided to do, 3 to 5 minutes worth of research.
Shout out.
And so I'm going to read to you what I found. And the verse here is Philippians
4:13.
4:14 through 20, which, let's see here. Okay, you're right. We're going to read from 11. God's provision, actually. I rejoice in the Lord greatly now at length you have received your concern for me. You were indeed concerned for me, but you had no opportunity. Now I'm speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound in any and every circumstance. I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Yet it was kind of you to share my trouble. And you Philippians yourselves know that in the beginning of the gospel, when I left Macedonia, no church entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving except you only. That's pretty cool. Even in Thessalonica, you sent me help for my needs once and again. Not that I seek the gift, but I seek the fruit that increases to your credit. I have received full payment and more. I am well supplied, having received from, Epaphroditus. I can't say that guy's name. The gifts you sent, a fragrant offering, a sacrifice acceptable and pleasing to God, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. To our God and Father be the glory forever and ever. Amen. And so, right here, he's not requiring that people give to him, but he's also on mission, and he's working, I think at the time, a part-time job on the side as a tent maker. And so he's making tents, and then unless I'm wrong there, but I think he's a tent maker, and then he's also sharing the gospel, and people are also funding him right there. And so what I'm saying is, what's different than what is happening with my situation right now? People are partnering with me because they're saying, hey, you can do this vocationally full-time as a job if I give a small donation every month, sometimes large. And then from that, we can have kids who come to know Jesus because you guys are able to give me enough fundraising in order to simply put a roof over my head and food on my plate. I'm not buying a Lamborghini. But so I looked it up on one of my favorite commentaries, gotquestions.org, and it says some of the reasons, or it gave me that scripture, but it says if a church does decide to raise additional funding for any specific reason, church funding raise, the following cautions are in order. And it's talking about, hey, tithing, the Bible does call specifically to tithe. Any additional fundraising should be somewhere in these parameters, saying you need to be honest about what the money's for. Yeah, in essence, if I were not. Avoid excessive profit. We're talking to you, Joel Osteen.
Shout out. Not really, though.
Not shout out to him. Don't allow fundraising to communicate to others that God's people are not being obedient. Therefore, the church is hitting up unbelievers for money, which that's a funny way of putting that.
Yeah.
Be sure the congregation understands that it's in addition and not in place of normal giving, and be considerate of those with convictions against fundraising. You cannot necessarily prove biblically that it's okay. So it could be a doubtful thing for some. So it's so Paul is talking about how, and he's being gracious here whenever he's talking about, he's not requiring or making it a requirement. So likewise, with our fundraising, we're not making it required for people or salvific for people to be giving to people. However, we do find it as an effective idea and program to get people into long-term, full-time ministry. So that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about abusing the congregation. And then it says here, on the other hand, there are benefits to depending upon others giving rather than fundraising, taken from the passages above, which was scripture. And it says here, people learn to give because it is a blessing and is actual fruit adding in account to their life, not to get something. So giving, obviously teaches selflessness and self-control and joy and peace and patience and fruits of the Spirit here. And so another one is depending upon God's gift, or depending upon gifts of God, allows people in ministry to learn to work in a framework of contentness and obedience, because you don't get paid a ton. So also it says it is a clear way to give God the glory. Fundraising can bring joy or can bring glory to products or personalities. So bring glory to God through your fundraising. And depending upon giving of God's people, it can strengthen our faith. So, it can show people hey, there's people out here who want to see the gospel reach all nations. And you know where the gospel starts? Your backyard. And it goes to the extent of the nations. But we're sent here in order to do this full time. And when you have a particular situation like ours, where we have kids or have a ministry where people don't necessarily, or we have a church that's too big and not necessarily people who are giving out of abundance because they don't have abundance, then maybe you need to find alternative ways to do that. This is an alternative way to do that. So it's not exactly rare, and it can be commonplace.
Yeah.
So give to people who are fundraising is what I'm saying.
Shout out.
But
Shout out.
Don't give to me.
Shout out. Good word. Number 2, sponsors of the week, Jake, Trust and Art, Pretty Ricky, and then Reverend Banks. Anything happening in their worlds that we need to know about?
Pretty Ricky went on a date in Arkansas.
Way to go.
Reverend Banks, he wanted to run with me this morning, but I didn't want to.
Shout out.
And then who was the other person? Jake, Trust and Art.
Trust and Art.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, so I need to talk to him. I'll be talking to him pretty soon. However, Jake's Body Shop, who must not be named, he came back from Paraguay, and he goes, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "I'm going to Jeff City to go to this family reunion thing," which, for context, Jeff City is 2.5 hours from here.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "You're going to go up there for that family thing?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "When are you coming back?" And I said, "I'm going to go up there, eat lunch, and come back." And then he goes, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Well, I got to record the podcast." He goes, "Oh, well, Lord forbid you miss a week." Yeah.
Again?
He always is slandering the pod, man. He thinks
Jake.
he thinks it's the most worthless thing ever, and yet we're out here entertaining people's lives, stirring their affections for Christ, and I don't see how that's a bad thing. And also, it's just fun.
It's something fun to do.
It's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
And if we can make people laugh along the way, let's do that. And if we get viral, well, that's great too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm saying my point of why I do the podcast is, at worst, I share the gospel every week on the pod to whoever is listening. If that's one person, then it's worth it. If it's hundreds of people, worth it. Thousands, worth it. But we also have fun on top of that too. So it's just like youth ministry.
Yeah.
We have fun, and then we share the gospel every week. So why would I not do more of that?
And this way we have our lives kind of documented. So way down the road, whenever the great-grandkids are like, "What did you do back in the day?" You're like, just listen to the pod.
Our sons.
Listen to the pod and leave us a 5-star review. Then you'll know what we were like.
You think I'm going to have all daughters?
Probably.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the number 3 sponsor of the week is Lou. Who's Lou? You probably don't know who Lou is. You definitely don't know who Lou is. So I have some really good friends, Jordan and Laura, and they live in Miami, Florida.
Oh.
Jordan's originally from here, so he brought up his bride, Laura.
Sure did.
They're hanging out here for the week, but they also brought some Miami friends.
Oh.
Lou is one of these Miami friends.
Okay, Lou.
and he knows his way around a grill.
Well, it looks like it by the things you wrote here.
Yeah, he really enjoys cooking. So I was able to hang out with them and have multiple times of Lou's cuisine.
Ooh.
And the other night, he made this like massive tomahawk steak.
Oh man!
That you just watch him like, I don't know how he's doing this. This is beautiful.
And
then he had Jersey Mike's, and then he made like I think like this tri-tip. I don't know if there might have been a ribeye as well, but it's like also like these big chunks of meat. It's not like individual steaks. So then he's like carving it himself, and then had like this really good grilled chicken, like all these cut up like grilled sausages. I'm like, this is nice,
bro.
This is so good. And then they just kind of put all this meat cut up like on like a giant cutting board, and we just kind of sat next to it and just kept eating it and eating it. Like I ate this meat legitimately for like 30, 45 minutes straight, and I didn't even feel full
all
afterwards.
These different things.
I'm like, this is just so good. Like the meat is so good, you don't need even like sides. So I just filled myself with all this meat. At one point, he had like the massive like tomahawk steak bone like on like the plate itself, and he just kind of took a sharp knife, cut off a little bit more meat that was like against the bone, basically. Like I thought all the meat was gone. He's like, no, we're gonna split this really quick, and he cut it in half, and we both ate a piece. I'm like, oh, Lou, you need to move here. Leave Miami for Springfield, Missouri.
Lou, I love you,
and then you can cook for me all you want. Dude. Doesn't that sound great? It was so good.
I had a burrito from I Love Tacos, my favorite Mexican place, and I was eating it and I was hungry, and people were like, how is it, Dane? I'm like, this makes me angry at other restaurants.
Yeah.
And that's how I imagine Lou's cooking was. Makes you angry at other people for even attempting to cook.
It was so good. Also, one other shout out to Brad Ellis of the Ghostrunners podcast, because he texted me like last week.
Did he?
And they're about to have like their yearly vacation where they go with like fans to like Gulf Shores, Alabama. Ooh. And they've been trying to fill some like last minute spots. And he reached out to me, and then like as soon as he messaged me on Instagram to like text him like or send him like my number, I'm like, I know what this is going to be about. And then he reached out and was like, is there any chance you'll want to go to this? And I literally, I want to, but I can't because of like some work stuff that I have.
Work isn't real,
But
Samuel.
he also messaged like, you are like, even like Dane, right? Like both you guys.
He invited me to go.
He name dropped you. And I'm sure they're like brainstorming like, yeah, look up Samuel's co-host. Look up it, like send his name in there too. So they were trying to get us both to go to this Gulf Shores getaway, which would have been dope. It would have been dope.
Are they paying for it?
We could have got something worked out. I think we could have got a good deal. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm like,
this is for their work?
For like their podcast.
Oh, it's for the pod?
For their podcast. They go each year to Gulf Shores with like listeners of their podcast, and they rent out like this massive giant house that has like 20 rooms in it. And they're trying to.
We could have went and hung out with the Ghostrunners people?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I feel like Angela Birdwell or Elizabeth Virgil might be there too. But
really?
There'd be people who would know you, I think, for sure.
That'd be wild.
And it would have been.
It's Dave. You
listen to Ghostrunners? No. This Brad asked if I could show up. And I was like, I'm there.
Even Dane?
Yeah, that would be wild.
How does Brad know who I am?
He knows I have a podcast. And he definitely looked it up and he saw Dane.
Dane.
Yeah. And they're trying to figure out how to add spots. Like, hey, we can try to get two birds, one stone, get them both here.
It's true. And get more people.
And it would have been really dope. I'm saying.
It would have been a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm legitimately going to be in Kansas City that week for work. Yeah. And like, there's.
When is it?
Like, no way I can get out of that. Like, middle of August.
Oh, yeah. I can't either.
Yeah. But it would have been fun.
That's right when our ministry starts back up again.
Yeah. it would have been like a Wednesday through like Sunday.
Yeah. Guess when our ministry is? Wednesday. And guess what it also is? Sunday.
Still. Yeah. It would have been dope. It would have been so much fun. And I hope next year I can maybe try to make it work. But this year, I was legitimately considering it. Even before this, I'm like, I am scheduled to go to Kansas City.
Make it over the summer, and then we can collab on a pod.
It is during the summer.
Well, no.
August is during the summer.
No, it isn't. August isn't the summer.
Yes, it is.
August is the start of fall.
Well, I think it still works out for everybody else, basically. But yeah. I really appreciate the offer, and I wish I could go, but I legitimately cannot. But it was still cool for him to text me about it, and now I have his number, so I can text him about random stuff, which I did. Like,
wait,
the next
how
day.
did he get your number?
He Instagram messaged me. He's like, send me your number. And I thought I had his number at one point. So I put in my phone, like, Brad Ellis, question mark. And then the number he gave me was the number that I thought was his phone number. So then I had
What does this guy do for their pod?
He's one of the hosts.
Oh, he is?
It's Jake and Brad.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jake and Brad. And then he also is a woodworker.
Dang.
Super
okay.
Cool.
Man.
Yeah. I feel like you'd get along with him. He was a former K-Life guy also for a very long time, Mechanic guy. Yeah.
Dang.
And also, I think he's on Kansas City's K-Life board.
Oh,
nowadays. And
that's
he has
crazy.
Like 4 kids, and
but his like main job is podcasting, right?
And then he kind of, I think at this point he kind of does all the woodworking more on the side.
Yeah,
because I think he does well enough with the podcasting.
Man,
it's
we
dope.
need to make it there
soon.
Not
day, soon.
One day,
hopefully. Yeah. Long episode again.
What should I get from Jersey Mike's?
Sandwich. Some final thoughts and some fun facts. Reach out if you want to make clips for us or buy a $30 shirt. You know, Daniel wants one. Friday Pickleball. We already mentioned Samuel14434, but why not mention it again? Samuel14434. If you want $5 off your order of 2 pickleball paddles at Friday Pickleball, and Dane's ministry support links in the bio. If you want to help him out there, he already talked about it a little bit before, but why not mention it again? Also, keep telling your friends if you enjoyed the podcast, leave 5 stars because we don't want you to be a Reiner. And then also,
Ryder.
I messed it
Ryder,
up.
not
Dang.
Reiner. Reiner's
cool.
awesome.
I'm sorry, Reiner. I mixed you up for a second.
Yeah, justice for Reiner.
Yeah, 2025. Leave voice memos on Instagram if you want. Follow us there as well, or TikTok. And thank you again for listening to episode 135 of the Until Next Week podcast.
We'll know if Reiner listens to the end of the episode this week.